I am Material Touch a Life Scholar. In this video, we want to be looking at Oogenesis. Please, if you haven't watched my previous video on the introduction to Gametogenesis, please make sure you watch it so you can understand what we are doing here. Now, let's get right into it. Oogenesis. Now, when we are talking about Oogenesis, Oogenesis is the process involved in the formation of female mature gametes. When we are talking about female mature gametes now, we are talking about the ovum. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So we want to look at how the female mature gamete is formed. If we remember in my last video, I talked about primordial germ cell, which is the precursor cells to the formation of this ovum. You get? So when the primordial germ cell migrates into the gonad of the female, which is the ovary, that is when they begin the process of oogenesis. Do you get it now? So when we are talking about oogenesis, it takes about 12 days for oogenesis to occur. Are you getting my point now? And about 300,000 to 400,000 of egg cells are produced daily. And oogenesis takes place here in the female gonad. That is the what? The ovary. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So this is where oogenesis takes place. But where exactly in the ovary? In the outermost layer of the ovary, which is the ovarian cortex, that is where oogenesis takes place. You know, we need to be specific when it comes to embryology. Now, let's go into oogenesis in detail. So, when we talk about oogenesis, oogenesis is divided into two developmental processes, which is a prenatal phase and a postnatal phase. Do you get my point now? From the word natal, natal means birth, prenatal means before birth. It means that the process of oogenesis in female occurs before birth, when the female is within the womb of their mother. I guess what I'm saying. So it occurs in the intrauterine life. That is when oogenesis occurs. That is prenatal phase. So prenatal phase is divided into two, which is before birth and near birth. And the postnatal phase, from the word postnatal, that is the after birth. Do you get? So the postnatal phase is at puberty. So under the process of oogenesis, I'll be laying emphasis to this process. So let us look at what occurs before birth in oogenesis. Yeah, so before birth. Before birth is telling us that the fetus, which is the female fetus, is in the womb of the mother. That is when they begin the process of oogenesis. Immediately, the primordial germ cell migrates into the female gonad. It differentiates to what is called what? Oogonia. This is what we call what? Oogonia. And if you don't forget, the oogonia is a 46 chromosomal structure. I get my point now. So this is the oogonia. Immediately, the primordial germ cell migrates into the female gonad, which is the what? Ovary. So this oogonia, as we are looking at it, some of the oogonia begin to undergo mitotic division, while some of them arrest their mitotic division in what? Prophase of meiosis 1. Because normally this oogonia should undergo division in the what? In the female gonad, which is the ovary. So this oogonia, they begin to undergo mitotic division, while some of them arrest their mitotic division in the prophase 1 of meiosis 1. Look at it. You know, in cellular division, there's something we call mitosis and what? Meiosis. So at the mitosis, we have the prophase stage, the metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. At the meiosis stage, we also have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. If you don't forget, the meiosis is divided into two, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. That's what we're looking at in this process of oogenesis. So now, this oogonia, some of them undergo the stage of mitosis. It means that they undergo prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. They finish it. Then they enter into the meiosis and got arrested in the prophase 1 of meiosis 1. This is meiosis 1. So they got arrested in prophase 1 of Genesis 1 to give rise to what we call the primary oocyte. Do you get it now? So this primary oocyte is also a diploid cell, which is 2N. When I say 2N, it's still the same as the 46 chromosome. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So this oogonia, when they enter into the prophase 1 of Genesis 1, that's when they form the primary oocyte. Got arrested at prophase 1 of Genesis 1. I get what I'm saying now. So immediately they got arrested at prophase 1 of Genesis 1, this division, they formed the primary oocyte. I get what I'm saying now. So this primary oocyte is also a diploid cell. Immediately the primary oocyte is formed, this division stops there. The division pauses there until the female reaches what? Puberty. I get what I'm saying now. So right in the mother's womb, the female has what we call the what? Primary oocyte. Where is the primary oocyte? At the prophase 1 of Genesis 1. That is where they got arrested. I get what I'm saying now. So we now have the primary oocyte at prophase 1 of Genesis 1. Then the phase will continue from here until the female reaches what? Puberty. Now I'm done with before birth. Don't forget that before birth we end with what? Primary oocyte. Then the near birth, which will be my next sequence, is telling us that since the primary oocyte is at prophase 1 of Genesis 1, where exactly in the prophase 1 of Genesis 1 is this primary oocyte situated? You know, if you go and read more about meiosis, in the prophase 1 of Genesis 1, it is also divided into the leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin, and diakinesis. Are you getting my point now? So this prophase 1 of Genesis 1 is subdivided into 5 stages. Where exactly is the primary oocyte arrested? It is arrested at the diplotin stage of the prophase 1 of Genesis 1. You know, the diplotin stage is that stage at which the homologous chromosome, whereby the synaptonemal complex between the homologous chromosome begins to break down, separating the two homologous chromosomes. That is what occurs at the diplotin stage. Do you get it now? So the primary oocyte got arrested at the diplotin stage of Genesis 1. Then what leads to the arrested state of this primary oocyte in the diplotin? It is what we call OMI, oocyte maturation inhibitor. OMI. Do you get it now? It is called oocyte maturation inhibitor. I get what I'm saying now. So this is what arrests the primary oocyte at the diplotin stage of prophase 1 of Genesis 1. The OMI is coming from the follicular cells. You know, this primary oocyte is surrounded by some cells. Do you get it? Those cells are what we call follicular cells. So it is those follicular cells that secrete the OMI that arrest this primary oocyte at the diplotin stage of prophase 1 of Genesis 1. So the OMI, they arrest the what? The primary oocyte at the prophase 1 of Genesis 1 within the diplotin stage. Do you get now? These follicular cells you understand later on in my videos when I will be explaining folliculogenesis. So let's go on. Now we are done with near birth. Don't forget that the near birth is just an emphasis to what occurred before birth. Trying to tell us what arrests the primary oocyte and where exactly the primary oocyte is arrested, which is the what? The diplotin stage. Now let's continue please. Now at puberty, the female has reached puberty. Do you get? You know, all these are going when she's still in the womb. Do you get now? That's what we call before birth and near birth. Do you get? Around this period before birth is around 3rd to 8th week of development. Do you get? But at puberty, she has arrived maybe 13 to 15 years of age. Do you get? So when the female reach puberty around 13 to 15 years, the division continues from this primary oocyte. Don't forget that the primary oocyte got arrested there. Primary what? Oocyte. I get my point now. So immediately the female reaches puberty. The phase continues from the what? Prophase 1 of Genesis 1. It continues. That is to tell you that it finished prophase, it finished metaphase, it finished anaphase 1 of meiosis 1, and it finished telophase 1 of meiosis 1. And what is the end product at meiosis 1? 2 daughter cells. I get what I'm saying? So we have the formation of what? 2 daughter cells that are being formed when the primary oocyte completes what? Meiosis 1. If you notice these 2 daughter cells, these 2 daughter cells have unequal size. One is much bigger, the other is much smaller. This one that is much bigger is what we call the secondary oocyte. Are you getting my point now? Then this one that is much smaller is what we call the first polar body. Now, can you see? We now see the formation of the polar body. I told you that it is a result of unequal division of the oogonia. That is why you have the first polar body. Normally, the oogonia should have undergone only mitosis before it gives rise to primary oocyte. But it went ahead to undergo prophase 1 of meiosis 1 before it formed the primary oocyte. That is what is leading to the formation of this polar body, because they are divided unequally. So that is why we have these 2 daughter cells that are of unequal size. Are you getting my point now? Let's get the ball rolling. Now, when we have 2 daughter cells, they are finished meiosis 1. They have to go to the next phase of division, which is what? Meiosis 2. You know, in meiosis 2, we also have prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and what? Telophase 2. Do you get now? So these 2 daughter cells that finish meiosis 1, they now enter this stage, which is meiosis 2. They complete this stage, which is prophase 2 of meiosis 2. Then they enter metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. Do you know what happened? They also got arrested here at metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. These 2 cells. Do you get? Now, please don't forget, this secondary oocyte and the first polar body are haploid chromosomal structure. It means that they are represented by what? N. This one is also what? N. Why? Because they are undergo meiosis. Do you get now? You know, meiosis means reduction division. Do you get now? So it has become reduced from 2N to become N because of meiosis. So these 2 daughter cells that finish this phase, we enter the meiosis 2. They complete prophase 2 and got arrested at metaphase 2 for meiosis 2 again. The arrested state of secondary oocyte and first polar body at metaphase 2 of meiosis 2 is believed to occur as a result of a cytostatic factor, a family of protein. Yeah, that is what arrests these 2 here at metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. So when they got arrested at metaphase 2 of meiosis 2, they are waiting for what we call spermatozoa, most especially the secondary oocyte. I get what I'm saying now. So let's say secondary oocyte is present here. I get what I'm saying. It is present at metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. Why did they got arrested at metaphase 2 of meiosis 2? Because they want to become what? Ovulated. So you get, so these 2 secondary oocyte and first polar body, they become ovulated in metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. Do you get? Questions used to arise around this region where ovulation of secondary oocyte occur. Metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. Why do they become ovulated? So that they can wait for the what? Incoming spermatozoa for the purpose of fertilization. So when a sperm fertilizes this secondary oocyte, do you get? If a sperm fertilizes this secondary oocyte, this secondary oocyte will complete this stage. That's to tell you that if you finish metaphase 2, it will complete anaphase 2 and complete telophase 2. At the end of meiosis 2, how many daughter cells form? 4 daughter cells. That is why you have it to be like this. Then this one also we complete this stage along with the secondary oocyte and also give rise to another one, 2 polar bodies. That is how many daughter cells? 4 daughter cells. The secondary oocyte that is present in metaphase 2 of meiosis 2, when they become fertilized by the sperm, it forms the female mature gamete, which is the what? The ovum. And another polar bodies. Then these polar bodies too that is present at the metaphase 2 of meiosis 2. Do you get what I'm saying? We also form another 2 polar bodies, making a total of how many daughter cells? 4 daughter cells. Do you get now? Out of these 4 daughter cells, only one is much bigger, and that is our ovum. while the remaining 3 are much smaller, and that is what we call the what? Polar bodies. Don't forget that they have complete what? Meiosis II. And what makes them complete meiosis II is because of what? Fertilization. They have become fertilized by the what? By the sperm. That is why we have these 4 daughter cells. Now, if you don't forget, I told you earlier that polar bodies are not needed in the body. Do you get? Because they are more smaller. So they need to be what? To be removed from the body. That is why they degenerate through a process known as what? Apoptosis. So this ovum will later be converted to what we call the what? The zygote. Why does it form the zygote? Because the sperm has fertilized the secondary oocyte here, causing them to complete this stage. So immediately they complete this meiosis II, the ovum is formed. But because there is a restoration of chromosome between this ovum and the sperm, you know the sperm has deposited this chromosome into the secondary oocyte. So when the secondary oocyte becomes the ovum, the chromosome kind of like comes together. 23 chromosomes from the egg and 23 chromosomes from the sperm. What do they form? They form a 46 chromosome, which is our diploid zygote. That is why a female will never complete their oogenesis life without the formation of the zygote. They complete their oogenesis with the formation of a zygote. I get what I'm saying. The zygote will give rise to embryo and all. That is how another life is being produced. From what? From the female. Do you get it now? That is if the secondary oocyte become fertilized at the metaphase 2 of meiosis II. But if the secondary oocyte does not get fertilized at the metaphase 2 of meiosis II, do you know what will happen? The secondary oocyte will degenerate. It will die off. It will undergo attrition approximately 24 hours after it has become ovulated. Do you get it now? That is about if the secondary oocyte is not fertilized in the metaphase 2 of meiosis II. Now we have formed the 4 daughter cells, and that is about oogenesis. Now we have come to the end of this video. Don't forget that at the end of this video, there's always a practice question. You need to check it out so that you can have rigid knowledge on oogenesis. Please like and subscribe. It's Antonio Raymond.